Hey, this is the Sneaky Dragon. We're going to do another take with me and Alsame Suzaku to represent tempo. Now, tempo, there are a lot of different ways to define it, a lot of different ways to describe it in different games. But in Wargroove, a take-turn strategy game, the best way to describe tempo, well, the simplest way, control in a cascading fashion. What does that mean? It's not just aggression. Aggression in and of itself is not tempo. Control in and of itself is not tempo. And winning the game isn't tempo either. Tempo is what happens when you aggress in a way that gives you control over your opponent's immediate next turn. They have to respond to you. They have to deal with you. They have to make basically bad moves that they wouldn't have to make if you weren't there. The idea being that your positioning, your units, forces them to make terrible moves. And as a result of that, you can give yourself a better position on your next turn. And then you continue to have control over their immediate next turn. So it's like it never stops. It just keeps going, and that's why it's called tempo. If you can keep the beat going all the way to victory, that's great, you win the game. But just attacking somebody isn't tempo. A fight that breaks out isn't tempo. It has to be attack on your turn. Your opponent has a bad turn because you controlled what they could do. Then attack again on your turn and keep it going. And as long as you keep it going, you have tempo. If no one has that, then there is no tempo. Nobody has tempo. How is there a giant there? When did that happen? I wasn't paying attention and now there's a giant. Alsame, what? Okay, so that is what is called a tempo play. A tempo play doesn't immediately give you tempo. A tempo play is when you build an unusual unit to give you an early kind of pressure in the game that will ideally give you tempo. The cost of doing this usually means you sacrifice a build or something else that's valuable. But as long as it gives you tempo, you can mess with your opponent's turn enough that it becomes worth it. So Alsame is doing a good job of that. But let us see. So I'm going to move here. I'm actually going to move my alchemist back a little bit. And start... Woo! No, don't want to do that. Put the pike on the mountain. No. Yeah. Okay. You here. You here. And you line up. Okay. And we'll build one more. I mean, I need to make a giant next turn, or a dragon, or something to deal with that. My turns are going to be sealed trying to respond to the giant, or I will lose the game. Alright, now look at Alsame's positioning right here. My commander is nearly surrounded. My stronghold is under threat, and he holds the center. I would say that Alsame absolutely has tempo. I have to respond to a giant that I have no response for, and I have to defend a stronghold that I can't defend. I don't know what to do. I'd like to attack this alchemist or here from the safety of the forest, but can't do that. I've got to try to whittle this down a bit, try to recover some positioning. I'd rather be capturing villages and trying to recover like that, but instead I've got to keep playing like this because there's a giant on the field and there was that threat against my stronghold. So Alsame definitely controlled my turn. Alsame just said that Golem is the incarnation of tempo, and to some degree that's true. Early Golem strategies on a lot of maps are generally considered a tempo play, because your opponent has to build a golem or a treb or some kind of flyer thing to deal with it, and if you don't, they can just stomp your face in. Which may be what's about to happen to me, but the sad truth of it is I can't respond to this golem. And that's another thing. You notice that Alsame threatened my stronghold, forcing me to respond and attack. I would have preferred to wait them out a little bit, get a response to that golem, but I couldn't do it in time. I was forced to make bad plays because of unit composition and positioning. And Alsame is making aggressive actions that force me to continue to make bad place. They're not bad, they're good in response to the state of the game, but I lose a lot of control over what the heck I'm doing. Now Deoda has Groove, and there's a giant next to my stronghold. I'm running out of options. First, I need to make sure that my commander and my stronghold can't be lethaled. Not easy to do in the current situation. But I do not have the pikes to deal with it. Now I can build a golem of my own. The last thing I want is for that golem to be Deoda Grooved. So let's move to form a formation where that's less likely to happen. Okay. Let's take out that guy and just put up a wall. And I'm gonna capture that. Alright. So as you can see, my turn was not that great. I'm making bad trades and sacrifices left and right, just trying to defend myself. And that's the power of tempo. You can definitely get the knight. Like zoom zoom, and then take that out, and then this can attack something. Basically, when your opponent has tempo, there are a few things you can do. The first thing you can do is try to break the tempo, which was what I'm doing in this game. I'm trying to eliminate enough units and build something, another giant, that can fight the giant. I hope that if I do this, that I'll be able to force Alsame to back off, which is really my only goal. The other thing you can try to do is try to win the game, but obviously if your opponent has tempo, that's not always such an easy thing to do. Now keep in mind that trying to keep tempo can be risky and expensive. We're actually even on income, and the entirety of Alsame's army is at my front door. I'm defending. I have some kind of maybe advantage in that sense, but on the other hand, I'm completely out of position. My commander is under siege. There's a lot going on that I don't like and can't do anything about. I lose my commander if I do anything, so I have no choice but to retreat my commander to a position of safety. And I either have to balloon body block or put my commander into the balloon, which I can't do if the alchemist can hit it. And the alchemist can hit it, so I probably die no matter what I do, but I will try my best to survive. So I'm forced to damage the alchemist to protect this balloon body block, but then I lose my knight. And I need to attack Deoda, otherwise this entire contingent can just move on my stronghold and multi-turn lethal me. For the same reason, I need to keep attacking Deoda, risking pikes, bringing them very low. It's not great. And now, to keep up the tempo, Alsame has another balloon. Balloons are great for keeping up tempo, and me, I'm struggling just to stay alive right now. There's another alchemist incoming to counter any air I might bring into the situation. All around, it's not great. I have Groove. Maybe I can use this to try to break tempo, but so far I haven't been able to. I'm forced to make repeated bad trades as this threat against my stronghold continues. Remember, a great way to generate tempo: threaten your opponent's stronghold or their commander. They have to make bad moves to protect them. And Alsame has been doing both. My commander had to retreat to avoid getting lethaled. I had to make bad trades to protect my stronghold, but it really just bought me another turn. Now Alsame can just completely attack the stronghold, and there's really nothing I can do about it. It's tempo. It's a multi-turn aggression that forces your opponent to make, I won't say mistakes, non-optimal trades, bad trades, and makes them lose position. So that on your next turn, you can take more advantages, more position, get a bigger advantage until you eventually win. That was a perfect example of tempo by Alsame Suzaku. GG, well played. And thank you for helping me with this video. If you enjoyed this video, please also check out Douglas Dragon's video on a variety of other competitive terminology used to describe Wargroove. I'll link it here.